What up, bros, and welcome to the All Bros Podcast. I'm Jonathan.
Nah, I'm Caleb.
And we're a couple of aspiring filmmakers that love to watch and critique movies, but also enjoy a bit of the nerd life. This week on the podcast, we will be talking about some adventures in hunting. We got some pop icons, and because my vision is so bad, I can't read what else it says. Caleb, what else does it say?
Oh my hell, Rose.
You know my
Hold
vision
on.
sucks.
Better? At all?
Okay, so we got Marilyn. We got some Marilyn. Nah, it's
Oh my
really
gosh,
not.
do I need to read these?
I think you might. Dude, my vision is so bad.
You have glasses.
That doesn't mean it's better. That.
Oh my gosh, you're worthless.
That's exactly what my mother told me. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I love you, Mom.
Alright, in pop figures, we have some icons, a new Avengers Assemble figure, and a Hot Topic exclusive that we're going to talk about. And in Blu-rays, we got 4 of them. Doctor Sleep, Last Christmas, Good Liar, and Arctic Dogs.
Okay, I could have done those.
Uh-huh.
But at least I remembered those.
Hey, I thought you could do the pop figures, but...
But, okay, you're the one that wrote them down, and we're looking at the pictures, so I couldn't do the pop figures, so suck on that.
Fine, you can do it next time, asshole.
Yes, sir.
Last time I do anything nice for you.
When have you ever done anything nice for me?
You know what? That's besides the point.
Actually, you have done a lot of nice things for me, and I thank you for them.
You can just go along with the joke like this one time.
No, I
Come
can't.
on.
No, I have to show my appreciation for you, bro.
Alright, move on.
I love you, man.
Move on!
All right, so after Adventures in Hunting, we talk about that. We got nothing in this week's sneak peeks, and then we'll be talking about What's in the Box. I almost forgot the name of it. And then for this week's main event, Caleb will be giving his Dream Danny Phantom live action 3 film, right?
It would be 3 films.
It would be
yes.
3 his oh my goodness, his Danny Phantom trilogy. That's what he'll be giving us. So
Hell yeah.
so get excited for that. But without further ado, what do you say we get started?
I say let's freaking do it.
All right. All right, first starting out with Adventures in Hunting. Caleb, what do we have first on the list?
So this is the pop icons. So the first one we got is a common Marilyn Monroe.
Is she doing this? Is she?
Yeah,
pushing
she's
her?
doing like the pushing the skirt down.
Okay,
thing.
good.
Like her iconic pose.
Okay, good.
So we got that, and that's a common. Then there's an Entertainment Earth exclusive Marilyn Monroe where it's like the exact same figure but in black and white.
Okay, for a second I thought you were going to say glow in the dark, and that would be so stupid. But, okay, black and white, actually, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. The next one is a Bill Nye, the science guy.
Bill.
Dude, anytime a science teacher would whip out a freaking Bill Nye video was like...
You knew it was going to be the
prime
best
day.
day, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Until you had to do a worksheet on it.
Yeah, that freaking sucked.
Yeah.
Dude, because I'd get into it, and then they'd be like, here's the worksheet, and I'm like, I was supposed to be paying attention?
What? Is this real life?
The next one we got is Farrah Fawcett.
Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart for who that is.
She was one of the Charlie's Angels.
I've never seen the original.
Oh, you haven't?
Nope.
I don't think you would know her then. The only reason I know her is because I watched the documentary when she passed away, and my dad was saying when he was younger, he used to have a poster of her on his wall. And it's in the pose that she is in the... Like, so her figure is doing the same pose as the one in her... in the poster.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I think she was either in... Was it Charlie's Angels?
Yeah, she was.
It may have been that or Baywatch.
No, she was in Charlie's Angels.
Okay, cool.
That's literally all that I'm saying of hers recognize.
Yeah, that's what she's best well known
Yeah,
for.
that's all I see.
She's actually really well known for Charlie's Angels and that poster.
I wonder if that pops up in her images on Google. Let's find out.
Doubt it.
I'm not seeing it. It's not that one, right?
No, that's the pose.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm good.
Right? So that's one of the other icons. The next one we got is Edgar Allan Poe, and he's holding like a skull.
How many of Edgar's are they going to release?
Apparently a lot.
Damn.
Because he has, 3 or 4 now?
I think he has 3 so far.
Yeah, freaking weird. I didn't realize Edgar Allan Poe is that popular.
Yeah.
So that's all we got in, icons. The next one we got is the next figure in the line of Avengers Assemble moment.
The one that Caleb wanted to cry when I sent him the pic.
Yeah, they are releasing the Hulk. So I thought they were going to go counterclockwise.
Nope.
And, yeah, freaking got bit in the ass. Oh, no, it was clockwise. If you're...
Yeah, you
so
want...
it's
Yeah.
like Iron Man... Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was hoping they were going to go clockwise, and Hulk was going to be the last one that they released. Nay.
Okay, so since they're going counterclockwise, who's next? Don't say it's
Hulk,
Hawkeye.
I think it's Hawkeye.
For my life.
Yeah, then it's Hawkeye, Thor, Widow, Cap. Yeah, right? Exactly how I felt.
At least there's some time difference between Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're doing it a month at a time.
Oh, thank goodness.
So I think if I just hold off on fast food for a month, I think I can get away with $20, or maybe just find something to sell and make up for that money, elsewhere. So spend the 20 and then make the 20 back somewhere.
All right, there you go.
That's my plan to get all 6 of them.
Just make sure Braille doesn't hear any of this.
Yeah. Yeah, so that one's coming out. And then the last one we're going to talk about is the Hot Topic Kid Flash.
This looks pretty dope.
It does look really cool. And the chase is glow in the dark.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I think from the look of it, it was just the yellow part of his suit. That's glow in the
yes,
dark.
from what I saw, yes.
Yeah, and this looks freaking sick.
Yeah, it does. Can I add 2 to this that were just announced? Funko is coming out with 10-inch troll pops.
Oh, good hell. Why?
I have to ask myself that every single time Funko Pop Hunters... Oh, what?
What?
Oh, yeah, I guess Diamond Edition Mushu drops today. Or tonight. That's cool. Okay, so one is going to be the common, regular body troll with rainbow hair. And then the other one is going to be... They're doing a 10-inch chase. Are you serious?
Dude. Come on. Funko, you assholes.
Yeah, so they're doing a 10-inch troll chase that the body is all rainbow and then the hair is white.
I don't really care for that one.
I don't either. I could give 2 shits less.
Yeah. But I could give 2 shits about the trolls.
Come on, let's face it, you're going to go see Trolls World Tour.
Hell no. I got better things to do with my time.
Like what?
Anything else.
Oh yeah, and taking care of your daughter.
When does that movie come out?
April.
Yeah, I got better shit to do.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm freaking pumped.
Yeah, boy.
Anyway, so that's all we got in pop figures. Moving on to Blu-rays. Rose.
We got 4. First up, we got Dr. Sleep, the sequel. Is it a sequel to The Shining?
I think it is.
That's what a lot of people are calling it.
I know that. So Ewan McGregor's in it, and I know he's the kid that rides his tricycle.
Yeah, and sees the freaky ass twins. So I heard it got decent reviews. It just didn't do that well at the box office.
I wonder why.
I think it was kind of releasing like kind of around a crowded time at the movies.
Was it?
Yeah.
What time was it released?
I was hoping you weren't going to ask me that.
Oh.
I was hoping you were just going to make it up with your imagination.
Well, if I'm guessing right, then I'm going to say it was about the time Rise of Skywalker was going to come out.
I think it was a little sooner.
Sooner than that?
Yeah. November 8th.
What came out in November?
Let's find out. Let's see. Oh, Frozen 2, Knives Out.
Oh.
Yeah, I can understand why.
Yep. Sorry, Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. But, surprisingly, this one's actually still getting a steelbook to Best Buy. So, yeah. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I've actually never seen The Shining.
I know, me neither.
But I don't really have any interest in it.
I want to just because of how big of an iconic movie it is.
I know it's like, yeah, it's an icon, but I mean, like, I've heard like Stephen King like did not like how the book was adapted. He kind of like hated it.
Huh.
So
you know that list, that like 100 movies you have to see list?
Yeah.
I want to get that list and go through all the movies.
I've seen a couple on there, and there's a lot. Like, I want to see, like, I really need to see The Godfather. I want to say the movie, isn't there a movie called The Bucket List?
Yep.
I want to say that's actually on there.
Is it?
Yeah. Go figure, right?
Yeah. I know that one. That's Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Citizen Kane's on it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Citizen Kane.
I haven't either. I thought when I took a film class in college, we had to like watch a movie once a week and like do a paper on it and everything. And it announced Citizen Kane one week. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is going to be fun. No, it was just she had us do a paper on the making of Citizen Kane and like how much of an impact it had on the movie industry. I'm like, okay, this is cool, but I would have rather just watched the movie.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's a long-ass movie, but who cares?
How long is it?
I think it's like 3 hours.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a long movie. I hate the face shit on iPhone.
Dude, that's what I might do when my daughter comes. Like if I feel like there are going to be like many a restless night.
Oh, it's short.
Oh, is it?
It's barely even 2 hours. It's not even 2 hours. Never mind.
Sweet. Yeah, so I think that's something I'm going to try and do. I'm going to print off that list, cross off what I have seen, and then anytime that like there's just like a restless night where she just won't sleep, like I'll go watch some.
Oh, I can just imagine you cradling your daughter and watching The Godfather.
I'll just avoid watching The Shining so she's not like sleeping on my shoulder and I just jump. Freaking give her whiplash.
It's like you hear like a bad word or something. You're like, Iris, this isn't for your ears. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that is.
So that's the
first one.
Dr. Sleep.
Yep. Next up, we got Last Christmas, which Caleb saw in theaters.
I did see in theaters,
and I did have interest in seeing it. I just never caught it.
It was good. It was a good time. Predictable.
I feel a lot of Christmas movies are.
It was, but I think it was pretty decent how they pulled it off.
Like, we talking like Hallmark Christmas movie predictable?
Not quite.
Okay, that's good.
It's like touching that line.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it was still good. It had a really decent message and everything. Like, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
But it definitely was predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to give anything away because you haven't seen it.
No.
And I think...
When
do you like Hallmark movies?
I actually do.
You do?
Yeah. I'm a sucker for them.
Then I would say this one's worth a blind buy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Like how much though? $10?
I would say maybe 15.
Really? Wow.
I really enjoyed this movie.
Okay. All right.
And if you enjoy Hallmark movies, then I think it's worth 15.
I'm a sucker. I know how they're gonna end, but yeah, I'm still a sucker. All right. So I can't. What's the name of the next one? I can't read it.
Good Liar.
The Good Liars. Okay. So the next up, we got The Good Liars, which stars Sir Ian McKellen and I forget the other lady's name.
I don't know anything about this movie.
Oh, I just remember the trailers.
Oh. I think we were going to try and do this one as a breakdown, but we completely missed it.
Well, yeah, because there was so much coming out in November.
There was a ton.
Yeah, so we just didn't have time. And
sorry, Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, but there were just other movies that we really wanted to see more.
Yeah.
So. But if you guys are interested in this movie, it's coming out this week. And then last, and certainly not least, we got Arctic Dogs starring Jeremy Renner.
Oh, that animated one.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of what this was. I was thinking of Togo.
No, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I kind of want to watch this, not just for Jeremy Renner, but to see how bad it is. What?
You want to watch it.
I kind of do. I got to support my boy. I got to support Renner. I'm sure it's going to be garbage.
I'm pretty sure it will be, but it's also, you got to think, you're not the target demographic.
Yeah, exactly. No, I completely agree.
So, I can...
I'm sure
I'm not going to say I can forgive, but I understand why.
Yeah, I'm sure he did it so his daughter can watch him in something. Because let's face it, Jeremy Renner's not in a lot of family-friendly stuff.
No, he's not.
I can't actually think of a kids movie he is in.
I don't know. He's mostly in for us, young adult stuff or adult.
Yeah.
So with young adult, that's Avengers, Age of Ultron, all those.
Yeah.
And then
adult,
more adult, it's the Jason Bourne stuff.
Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's a fun movie.
That is a really fun movie.
I don't care what anyone says. That movie's fun as hell. All right, moving on to what's in the box, since we got no sneak peeks this week.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find this Bad Boys. So at number 1, once again, we got Bad Boys for Life, which brought in another $34 million. At number 2, we got 1917, which grossed close to $16 million. Look at how close that is.
Not bad.
Right? Number 3, we got Doolittle. $12 million. Damn.
Ew.
This movie's not doing good.
I mean, it's still in top 5.
That's true. That's true. Number 4, we got The Gentleman, which grossed a little over $10 million.
Is this its first week?
Yes. It's first
week. It's number 4?
Yeah.
Mm.
I kind of expected it to be a little higher.
I know, right?
I would have thought
it has Charlie Hunnam and Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, right. I would have at least thought it topped Doolittle, but it's not. And then at number 5, we got Jumanji and the Next Level. I can't
said it like Grandpa
Damn
George
it! I'm
again.
never gonna
Jumanji.
Jumanji. I'm never gonna say it right again now. And that grossed close to another $8 million. It's pretty damn close.
Not bad.
Only 300,000 away.
From what? Breaking even?
No, from grossing $8 million.
Ooh,
yeah,
not bad.
Yeah. So yeah, and then poor Rise of Skywalker is at number 7.
Poor Rise of Skywalker.
No, it's so sad. All right, moving on to. Actually, let's. Oh my gosh, this might be.
You're killing it, dude.
I think this might be my worst episode. I think it might.
Probably.
Yeah. So I apologize. But Caleb, what do you say we jump into the main event?
I say let's freaking do it.
Hell yes.
Time for the main event.
It's main event time.
Let's play a game.
Alright, so before we jump into Caleb's Danny Phantom trilogy, we got some answers from our bros. We posted a question on both Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter asking what if you could choose a Nick Show cartoon to turn into live action, what would you choose? And Caleb, would you like to read these answers?
Yeah, since you're blind as a freaking bat.
I've been blind since you've known me, okay? So kiss my ass.
All right. First off, we didn't get any answers on Twitter or on Instagram. We got all of our answers on Twitter. We didn't get any on Instagram. So on Twitter, our first response is from Randy at Yasin_blue, minus the E, so just BLU. It's at so at YASSIN_BLU.
Okay.
And he said none.
I like it.
Fair enough.
I can't really argue with that.
Yeah, I mean, I get where he's coming from. Like some of these, you gotta leave alone.
Yeah.
And then others, you just kind of gotta ruin.
Yeah. Like Caleb's about to do.
Hey, screw you!
Kidding.
I think this would be badass.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding.
Just because I understand where Randy's coming from doesn't mean I like it. The next answer we got is from Jared Ray Webb, and in parentheses, Reed Bitterroot. And he's at Jared_Webb1 with 2 B's. He said Fairly Odd Parents.
Didn't that already get live action?
It did, but I'm assuming he wants a good one.
That's fair. Yeah, we don't. No offense to Drake Bell, but I don't really want him.
No offense to Drake Bell. You ruined Fairly Odd Parents.
I don't think he ruined it. The whole idea of turning the Fairly Odd Parents into live action is what ruined it.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's definitely fair.
I mean, come on. Well, okay, I can't really think of anything that Drake's been in that's actually been good since Drake and Josh.
I was going to say, what about Drake and Josh? No, he did a really good job in Ultimate Spider-Man, voicing Peter Parker.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I thought he did a killer job with that.
Yeah, okay. That's it, though. That's all I got.
That's all I got, too. The next answer we got is from John and Kevin at the Big Stupid Podcast, or at Big Stupid Podcast.
Love that name.
Yeah. And they said Ren and Stimpy. Maybe something like the Garfield movies, animation mixed with live action.
Okay, I feel if you did Ren and Stimpy, that'd kind of be nightmare fuel.
Dude, that's what I told him! So I like to respond to anyone that comments or answers our question of the week. And yeah, that's what I told him. I'm like, I haven't seen Ren and Stimpy, but I have seen clips of it. And if they did that, straight up nightmare fuel. Straight up nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
That's a movie that you could try doing beat for beat, and it would just be horrifying.
Yeah. Yep. Completely agree.
Yeah, and no matter how you did it either. If you think about this. The Ren and Stimpy, the Happy Happy Joy Joy song.
Yeah.
With realistic cat and chihuahua.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, or photorealistic Ren and Stimpy. Like what they did with Garfield. Someone's brain would explode.
Have you gone back and watched the first Garfield movie at all?
No, I don't even think I've watched it.
Really? Okay. I just want to point something out really quickly. I appreciate how far we've come with them blocking someone holding something that's not really there. Because the whole scene where Garfield's in the vet and he's getting groomed. Oh my god. So here's Garfield, right? Here's the lady's hands that are supposed to be holding him. They're not even touching his body.
Oh my goodness.
That fat cat would be on the floor right now. It's so bad.
Oh. So I say yes to a live action Ren and Stimpy because it would be just horrifying. Oh my gosh!
I'd be more scared actually for I know this isn't Nick, but Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That'd be messed up too.
Yeah,
that'd be way messed up. The next answer we got is from the Plunge Podcast at Plunge Podcast, and they said rocket power.
I would actually be okay with that.
That would be awesome.
That one would work actually very well.
Yeah. I don't know if it could be like a bigger budget movie though. Like, could you imagine it being a bigger budget? Because I think it would be more like Johnny Tsunami.
It would. I think you would kind of just have to put that either as a Nick movie or a Nick miniseries. I don't really see it as a
miniseries would be killer.
I think that could honestly work. So definitely keep it live action, but maybe just like turn it into just like something little that Nickelodeon decides to do.
Yeah. You remember their dad?
Yes.
A good one for their dad would be Woody Harrelson.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Right?
Okay, yes. Excellent casting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like the big guy.
The Rock.
I was actually thinking Gabriel Iglesias.
That would probably be better.
Ooh, dude. Are we going to do a Rocket Power Dreamcast?
I'm down.
Dude, if we do, we have to invite them.
Yes.
I mean, if they don't want to,
because we all know Nickelodeon needs help right now.
Yes, they do.
Like, how are they still in business? But I could say the same thing about Disney Channel.
Yeah. Because, like, if you think about the Rocket Power show, it was mostly focused on them trying to do tricks and stunts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you could, with, like, the types of movies that are, like, the bigger budget, I don't think you can make it big enough. Unless it was, like, extreme sports, like decathlon, or something like that. Like, I feel like they did a movie about that.
They might have.
A movie or, like, a show. Or, like episodes.
I think you're right. I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, because I know they did, like, off-road biking, skateboarding, and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that'd be a fun one. Yeah, and if we do that, we're inviting you guys at the Plunge Podcast.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Then the last response that we got is from NE Podcast at NE Pod Will Do. And he said, Hey Arnold or Little Monsters.
Okay, if we did Little Arnold.
Little Arnold.
That's what we're calling the movie. We're combining them. It's called Little Arnold now. Can we really even still keep his football head? That's going to look
the question
terrifying.
The question I posed too. Like when he responded to that. And I don't know what you could do. Like prosthetics to make his head funky. Get a kid with like a funky looking head. And just because I said live action, because I think that Hey Arnold would work better as like maybe a 3D animated. But yeah,
I mean, I know that Nick just did. They actually recently, a couple years ago, did like a new Hey Arnold movie. So I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a CGI Hey Arnold movie. But I mean, I do think that'd be really cool to see live action Hey Arnold. I just don't know how you would make that work.
Yeah.
All I ask, they have to put Yahoo Soda in there.
Yeah.
It's my one request. That's all I need.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, most of the kids, I think you could get away with doing, like, just normal kids.
Yeah, you could.
But
Arnold's the only one
I
that
know,
you hit a speed bump with.
Yeah. Like, hardcore.
Yeah.
I'm trying, like, what would be, like, the best option for that? Like, could you get, like, a kid with just a roundish head? Or, like, a football-looking head? Because, like, obviously, it's exaggerated. Like, the football head. Could you find something that's, like, less so? Because it's, like, the same issue we had with, like, thinking about, like, Jimmy Neutron. Like, it's the hair. You can't pull off the hair in real life. You have to mild it out, like, a ton.
Yeah.
So, could you mild out the Hey Arnold?
I mean, I feel you could.
Head? Yeah, but I've never seen, like, a head shape that's...
You know, I want to, really quickly, I want to look up Hey Arnold live action and see if anyone's, like, tried something.
Like, try to cast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's find this out. Because didn't we do it with Jimmy Neutron?
We did. We haven't done that on the podcast yet.
Okay.
But we were thinking about the hair. And the hair, it's just more of just kind of like an updo with, like, a kind of a curl on the end, or whatever you would call that kind of hairstyle. Like, where it's more like a faux hockey looking hair.
Oh,
what?
Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
That's nightmare fuel.
That's like a... So, okay, Rose is showing me a hyper-realistic picture of Hey Arnold, and it's terrifying.
We should post that on our Instagram.
How about no? You want to lose followers?
Well, it's kind of like how they did with Beavis and Butthead.
Ugh.
From what I'm seeing, this is kind of like what they just went normal.
They went normal?
Yeah.
I would try and find someone with more like a boxy head than like round.
There you go. You do it like that.
Ugh.
I don't know. It's too hard to just. Ugh, those are so creepy. Those are nightmare fuel.
You can post that picture with the pup figures.
Okay.
So everyone knows what we're talking about.
Alright. I'm trying to think. Should I post that one that actually shows like how they look cartoon?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so Hey Arnold would be a difficult one. And it's just for the casting of Arnold.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a really good movie. I think that could be a bigger budget one. It'd be more of like a heartfelt movie, though. Because that's like all what Hey Arnold was. It was more just like teaching lessons and everything.
Which I think that's what made the show so great.
Yeah, absolutely. And they weren't afraid to do some like crazy shit.
No, they weren't.
There was like this clip that was going around of like Vietnamese, and they were like, this little girl was like, it was like in the middle of a war, and they were like, the soldiers were taking people on the helicopter, and he gave up his child and to like one of the soldiers, and they like had to take off, and like they were, and it showed like the war scene and everything.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's like a crazy clip.
Damn.
So, Hey Arnold's not afraid to freaking go there.
I feel a lot of Nick's shows back when we were growing up weren't, which I appreciated.
Well, some of them didn't. Like, Fairly Odd Parents never went anywhere.
Nah, I mean, there were like some parts I feel that, I'm trying to remember any, but compared to now, you could tell back then that SpongeBob, I feel, did take a lot more risks.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, now they don't.
They play it so safe.
Especially with, like, the faces.
Yeah, oh my
like,
gosh.
the stills that they would do.
Those still haunt my dreams.
Yeah. But Hey Arnold wasn't afraid to get deep. It was like Mr. Rogers in a way.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't afraid to get, like...
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, but they handled everything with, like, freaking
amazingly. I'm really tempted to buy the whole series because it's pretty cheap. Damn it.
Yeah.
I just might.
And then Little Monsters.
I never actually watched Little Monsters, so...
I didn't either. I don't even know what the Little Monsters look like. So I'm going to Google that.
I don't know, I feel if you wanted to do Jimmy in real life, what they would probably do is probably just like swoop the kid's hair back and then kind of have it like go up a little bit in the back. That's what I'm thinking.
For which one?
If Nickelodeon ever decided to do like a mini series live action Jimmy Neutron, I feel they'd go kind of like the easier route. Someone make it look like it.
Okay, I don't know which one he was talking about, because Little Monsters is a movie. Like a Fred Savage movie.
Okay, that's where yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what he was talking about, because I said Nicktoons.
There was a Nick show, though.
Called Real Monsters.
I think that's probably what he was talking about.
Yeah. I could actually see that working.
I mean, it would just have to be a cross between...
It would be fully CGI.
Yeah.
Like, absolute. Like, you cannot do this with, like, real people.
No,
but
please no.
Yeah, please no. But I could see that working out really well. Especially if they just went, like, just embraced the horror aspect of it.
Yeah. I mean, hell, you could turn Real Monsters into an R-rated film.
Easily.
Not saying Nickelodeon would ever do that.
Yeah, but I never watched Real Monsters.
I didn't either.
So I want to see what that show's about to kind of get a better judge. But at Any Pod Will Do, or the Any Podcast, let us know if that's the one you meant.
Yeah.
If not, I couldn't find the show you were talking about. So yeah, well, thank you, all of you, that answered our question of the week.
Yes, thank you
appreciate
very, very much.
The hell out of you.
We do. So, Caleb, let's hear this amazing... Actually, I think it's amazing. I haven't heard any of the story yet, so this is actually a surprise for me. I'm actually really excited. But I actually think the cast is amazing. So...
Yeah, I spent forever on the freaking cast.
He did, and I think he did a great job. So, without further ado, let's hear Caleb's Danny Phantom trilogy.
Okay. So, first off, to get started, I created basically like a concept art for what I think would make a really good Danny Phantom suit. And I tried to stick with like a hazmat design a little bit, like very loosely. Like I have the big boots, I have the gloves and everything, kind of like a belt, like a more of a jacket type thing, like deal, all of that stuff. I tried to stick with it as much as I could, not make it too superhero-y, but
there's no such thing.
I know. So I had an issue with that. So I made one where some of the seams have some... So there's some white seams, and then there's like a few green seams, but I didn't really like the green seams all that much. So I took out all the green seams and just kept it with the white. So I'll post the picture that I made of the art. So
pretty cool.
I made it off of a 3D model. I just looked up a 3D superhero pose, and this was like the best one. So the scaling for the hands are a little off, and I'm not the best artist, so I couldn't like get the hands just right.
You could say he's Mr. Fantastic Danny Phantom.
Well, no.
Well, come on, it kind of looks like his hands are stretching out a little bit.
I tried doing it over a picture of who I'm casting as Danny Phantom, but it wasn't really like working because he doesn't have a lot of pictures where he's just standing.
No, huh?
So
That's
that
always
was a
just like
bitch
the
and a half.
classic action pose.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could have seen how stupid I looked doing that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I went with like more of like a textured thing because I know it switches from white, like all the colors just shift.
Mm-hmm.
Like he goes in and it just like changes his DNA and all that other fun stuff. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, so if you invert the colors, that's kind of what I'm thinking for like his hazmat suit.
Okay.
Or not even really hazmat, just like protective gear.
Yeah.
Because I want to keep the origin the same, where he kind of goes in, not so stupid where he like leans up on the on button, but enough where I think I would change it where maybe there's like an exposed wire somewhere, and then he steps on that.
Okay.
And it does it like a circuit completion. So like when he steps on it, it's connecting the circuit, and then that's what makes the ghost portal freaking turn on.
Does the theme song at least play once in this movie, or in any of the movies?
I was talking to Brielle about this, and she thinks that there should just be random times where they're just like Danny Phantom.
That and he's a phantom.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I would smile every single time.
I don't know how well the theme song would fit into my, because I want to take this seriously.
Okay, can it at least play over the credits?
Fine.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Okay. I need it at least somewhere in the movie. I'll take the credits.
Okay. Yeah, you can get the credits.
Okay.
I'm
good.
not playing it in my movie though.
That's still your movie.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's like the general idea, and I'll post the picture that I made of the concept art, more or less. So getting into my actual cast, I tried to stick with a majority of like the main characters. I didn't really get into the side ones that much. The only side ones I got into were the principal and the school bully. And I kind of went some different routes, so I'll get into that right now. So, working my way back. So, my bully, who in the show, his name is Dash. And he's kind of like a jock type. I cast Daniel DiMaggio, who I know him from American Housewife. He plays Oliver, the
Never
son.
seen that show.
He's really good, but he wouldn't be like a physical threat to my Danny. He would be more just douchey.
Kind of like how the MCU's Flash is kind of more douchey to Peter. Like,
yeah, more
Okay.
or less that, but
Okay.
just because I like how he is in American Housewife, kind of like the entitled rich boy.
okay, I like it.
Yeah, and then
kinda how
that just
Flash
kind of
is.
like makes fun of Danny for basically being poor.
Okay, all right.
So my next casting is Mr. Lancer, the principal. I mean, I think he's a principal, right?
I'm pretty sure.
He might be the vice principal.
It's been a minute since I've seen Danny Phantom.
Me too. So, principal or vice principal, one or the other. I cast Paul Giamatti
Hell yes.
because I think he would play this really well.
I completely agree. He would.
Yeah, I think he's just goofy enough to like play this role amazingly, and just I don't know. I imagine Mr. Lancer to be just kind of done.
I do too.
Like kind of and I think Paul Giamatti plays this role really well. Just the kind of person that's just given up.
Yep, he does. Absolutely.
Yeah, so Paul Giamatti is my Mr. Lancer. Next, I cast Paulina, which is Danny Phantom's crush. She would only be in, like, the first two. I would eventually want to get her out, because I am not a big fan of the actress that I picked. And I picked
Why
her.
don't you change her?
I know. I'm not a big fan of her work
Okay.
because she's super annoying, but she fits really well into the kind of person I want Paulina. I don't want people to like Paulina. Like, I want it to be like, why the ever-living hell are you into Paulina?
Okay, what other movies has she been in?
I don't think she's been in any other movies, but she's in The Fosters.
I've never seen Fosters.
Yeah, and she's also in this new show called Good Trouble. It's not new. I think they're going into their 3rd season. But
I mean, it's new to me because I've never even heard of that show.
Yeah, but I cast Sierra Ramirez.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't want people to like her.
So she...
And I'm like, who's the most annoying, dislikable, or not likable character I know? And it was instantly her I went to, and I'm just like, God damn it.
It's perfect.
Yeah, and I hated myself for it.
So she's the kind of person that even when you see her face, you're just like, shut the hell up, don't say anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. What's her face? The Madison Bailey or Bailey? Bailey.
Who?
There's some other chick that I hate. Like everything that she's in, I'm just like, gosh, just like she gets under my skin. Like just seeing her face ruins my day. But yeah, she's like top of that list. But I cast her because I think Paulina's, like I said, she's supposed to be annoying. You're not supposed to really like her. The reason Danny likes her is because she's hot. And I think she fits the bill pretty freaking solid.
Brielle, you didn't hear that.
For, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving you shit.
Okay. Next up, Maddie Fenton, who is Danny Phantom's mom. I cast Isla Fisher.
Excellent.
Yeah. I wanted someone to, like, I know she's more like brunette, but I kind of, every time I imagined her, I was thinking redhead. So I kind of went redhead with her. And I think she matches like the tone and just the enthusiasm that my Jack Fenton has. So the dad. And so for the dad, I cast Kevin James.
Love it. Oh,
yeah, right? So much. Yeah, I think that they could just destroy these roles.
Absolutely.
Like just being the over-the-top parents that are just like obsessed with ghosts and all this other like crazy stuff. I see them freaking rocking this. So for Danny's sister, Jazz, I cast Dove Cameron.
I'm actually kind of surprised that you cast her because, you know, she's kind of like a Disney Channel star. And I'm not saying she's a bad actress. I think she's a very good actress.
I've seen her in some not Disney stuff, and I've really liked her.
What?
She's in a Netflix movie, Dumplin'.
Oh.
And I loved her in that.
She's a really good actress.
She's really good. And like in Dumplin', you expect her to be a little bitchy, but she's not. She's like super nice.
Oh.
And I think she has like that preppy side a little bit to her. So that's kind of what I wanted to go for.
Yeah, if you watch have you heard of her show Liv and Maddie that was on?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, how she played Liv, perfect for this character.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah, I think she would fit in really well to what I want her to do. And what I want her to do is she's not going to find out Danny's secret until the second movie.
How long do you plan on each movie being?
About 2.5.
Okay.
And maybe not 2.5. Maybe like 2:15.
2:15.
Just kind of depends for each one.
Okay. All right.
So next is Danny's friend Sam, who is going to be the eventual love interest. And I cast Isabella Moner. I'm going to say Moner.
Yeah.
She played Dora in the Dora the Lost City of Gold.
I still need to see that.
She was also in Instant Family, and I haven't seen her do goth. I want her to keep the goth side, but she played like just ornery teenager in Instant Family really well.
Yeah.
So I think she could get into the role.
Okay.
Like
I haven't
well.
seen anything with her, but I really still want to see Dora. So
yeah, I think the hardest thing is going to be able to sell that all these kids are the same age.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a stretch, but not like too much.
It can work. We'll make it work.
Yeah, like Sam and Danny, I think you could play off that they're the same age.
Yeah.
The one that's going to be a little tougher is Tucker, who for Tucker I cast Caleb McLaughlin, who is what's his name from Stranger Things? Lucas. He's Lucas in Stranger Things. And so Tucker is like a nerdy kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of like the tech genius. I want him to still fill that tech genius role.
Okay.
But try and be cool about it. Like, he's kind of like the kid that tries to be cool, but just isn't reaching that.
Kind of like how Lucas was trying to be cool around Max?
A little bit.
Okay.
Like, I want him to be like the kind of person where if you get him started on, like, kind of like us. Like, we can play off that we're like not really into all this Marvel stuff until we get into it.
Yeah.
And then, like, even with, like, some people, we kind of just got to play it off, be like, oh, yeah, like, I know that movie. When we know, like, everything that there is to know about that movie. Like, I want him to kind of be like that with, like, tech stuff, where people go to him and he just kind of gets super into it, and that's kind of why he doesn't fit in with the cool kids.
All right.
But he tries to play it off like he doesn't know anything. And he's, like, just trying to, but he keeps, like, getting super into it.
Yeah.
I think he could play it off really well.
I completely agree.
Okay, and then finally for my Danny Phantom, or Danny Fenton, whatever you want to say, I cast Asher Angel.
Ah, so perfect.
So good.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I wanted someone that could be like high schooler, that high schooler age. I mean, obviously to fit in with everyone else. But I think he would do a really good job with everything. Like, I think he played.
He would.
Like, I was thinking mostly of his performance as Billy Batson, and he's used to like the whole transformation thing.
It's true.
But in this case, he would be the one.
Yeah, he'd still be playing himself.
Yeah, just like a white-haired version of himself.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he could pull this off really well, because I think he has brown eyes.
I think so.
Yeah, I think I would try and change it to be like where he has like blue, so maybe like contacts or something. Just because I want that.
I want to see what color his eyes are.
I know Danny Fenton's eyes are blue.
Yes.
And then they turn green.
Mm-hmm.
I may keep his eyes brown, because I think the green would just shine a little bit brighter.
Yeah, those look brown, right?
More like hazily.
Okay.
But yeah, I would go with like a very sharp green for when he's in Danny Phantom mode.
Okay.
But yeah, I was gonna say blue, but I think just the really light blue would contrast with the green a little too much.
I think it would.
It wouldn't be as like significantly changed, so I would stick with the brown. So yeah, that's my Danny Phantom. And so for my villains of these three movies, the kind of a recurring villain that I would want in here is the Box Ghost, who would be played by Josh Gad.
Such a great choice.
Yeah, and I want him to kind of be the one that breaks Danny in to his ghost powers.
Okay.
So think like he's going to be like the Spider-Man equivalent to like Muggers. Someone that he kind of gets used to his powers, like using his powers against this guy.
Yeah.
And then he uses what he's learned against that guy to face their ultimate evil, which for the first one, I want to be Skulker.
And who do you have playing Skulker?
Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, we can never say that name right.
Yeah, however you say it.
But no, that's a very good choice, actually.
Yeah, so he would play my Skulker, and I have like I'm thinking. Yeah, I think like the Box Ghost is definitely just going to be the one where he's like, oh, getting used to this, and then like somehow tying in whatever the Box Ghost is doing to Skulker.
Okay.
And then Danny is just like shifts his focus. So he never really quite captures the Box Ghost. Because like I said, I want him to be like recurring. So like I want him in all three of these movies.
It's because it's Josh Gad, isn't it?
Yeah, like I want the final scene, or like the end, like an end credit scene for the third one to be him finally capturing Josh Gad.
That would be pretty dope. That would be awesome.
Yeah, and just the most just like shitty way too, where he's just like making these boxes like float or something, and he just like takes out the thermos,
yeah,
and just like sucks him in, and that's it.
Okay, that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, so I want Skulker. I'm trying to think of what I could have him do. Because there's another one that I'm thinking about throwing in. Like another villain with like the third one. But I don't want to like overcrowd it. Yeah.
Don't want it to be another Spider-Man 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would want to throw in Ember McLean, which is the rock and roll singer ghost.
No.
And I cast Anna Kendrick for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
But I want something to be up with her.
Okay.
Or maybe it's like, I don't know, like a turf war against Skulker and Ember.
That'd be cool.
You think that would be too much against?
I don't know. I feel like as long as you establish this world you said you want this to happen in the third one, right?
No, this would be in the first.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So, like, I have different plans for, like, the other ones.
Okay, that might be a little too much. I feel if, like, you wanted to put it in the third one, I think that could work, but I feel if you want to do that, you kind of need to establish this world a lot.
Okay. So, alright, so if that's the case, then in the first one, it would be the Box Ghost that he kind of learns his powers a bit more, and he's obviously going to like test his powers with Tucker and Sam.
Yes.
And just kind of figure out what's what about his abilities. And then I think he should accidentally run into Skulker.
Okay.
And the way I want him to do that, because the thermos is like a portal to the ghost zone, but it just traps them in there.
Yeah.
So what I want to happen is for Tucker to like open up the thermos and accidentally suck Danny in.
That's an interesting idea.
And then when he's in the ghost zone, to kind of see what Skulker's planning on and how he's like planning on letting all this stuff escape because Danny opened up the ghost portal and being like, hey, we can go out here and like take over and all this other stuff with like maybe in like an army or a legion of people.
Okay.
But then he ends up like having to like face off against Skulker, because Skulker is the one that goes out to like open the portal, because like I want him to like hear about this, fly through the portal, and maybe like I'm trying to think of something like that the portal could do. Like there has to be something keeping Skulker from just going through.
Yes, yeah.
Or maybe it's Danny gets his powers activated, and then it's like the ghost zone thing, and he goes through the portal, and then the box ghost and Skulker see it too, and like you see the box ghost like fly out of it and be like ooh and fly off, and then they go chasing after him, and then you see Skulker like step out.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And then, like, doing, like, his dirty deeds and whatnot.
If I say that.
And then, like, the final face-off where he, like, masters his powers and everything and is able to defeat Skulker. The second one would be where he's a bit more established, so just more equipped with all this different stuff, and he's like hyping up the ghost portal. So no on him getting sucked in the ghost portal in the first one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the second one is gonna be where. So at the end of this one, I want the introduction to Vlad Plasmius. So this is like the ghost version of Vlad Masters, who I cast as Jason Isaacs, who people would recognize as Lucius Malfoy. So he would be the Vlad Masters. And he's like kind of the Thanos of this trilogy, more or less. Okay. And I want him to get introduced at the end where he's just like calling Skulker pathetic and whatnot, and puts Ember in charge, and it's just like, you had your chance, and like destroys his mech suit, because he's like this dinky little ghost, like Skulker is inside like a big old mech suit. So I want him to do that and show the little dinky ghost that like takes off. Then Ember would be the villain for the second one.
Okay.
And it's like the whole she does like basically what she did in the show. Like it's just like the singing, and it hypnotizes people to do like become hosts of ghosts.
Yeah.
And like basically give up their bodies to, or souls to, these ghosts. And then he has to kind of like figure out how to go about beating her and figuring out what she's up to and all this other shit. Gets beat. And then the third one would be the final battle, and I think the cool thing to do would be for Vlad to maybe accidentally, so with like, I want different ghost powers to be activated in each of these.
Okay.
So for one, for the first one, it's like the basic ghost powers, like phasing through stuff, the blasting stuff out of his hands, and all that fun stuff. The second one,
So is the second one going to end on a cliffhanger?
Yeah, the second one's going to end on a cliffhanger.
Okay.
Where I want everyone to kind of be... I want Ember to ultimately win.
This is Marvel over again.
Yeah, so I want Ember to ultimately be able to like hypnotize everyone.
Okay.
And like give up their bodies and everything. And yeah, then the third one is just going to be continuation of that. But I want her to get beat, and then him kind of be confused why everyone's still hypnotized, and then Vlad comes and just like exposes himself and is just like freaking boom.
It's been me all along, bitches.
Yeah, and kind of just like reveal himself and what he's planning to do, and like basically takes over. So Danny and everyone has to go into hiding, and this is where Pauline's just going to like leave.
Does she die or?
No, she's not going to die. She's going to be one that like gives up her, like gets haunted or taken over by another ghost. And then it's just going to be Sam, Tucker, and Danny.
Okay. All right, I'll ask later about the ending with her then.
What about her?
Well, I was going to ask, because you hate her so much, does she stay haunted or?
No, but Danny's feelings about her changes.
Okay. I just thought that, you'd be that kind of person that's just like, oh, she's the only one
She's the only one that dies. No, I'm not that big of an asshole. I mean, not all the time.
I was going to comment, but I'm like, nah, I've given you too much shit already this episode.
Yeah, so, the second one is going to end with Ember basically winning. And I don't know if I want Danny to beat her, or if I want Vlad to just, like, destroy her. Like, what do you think would be more?
I think it'd be kind of cooler if Vlad destroyed her.
Yeah. Okay, so change my mind. Vlad's the one that freaking like destroys her or sucks her into the Phantom Zone with like maybe he has like the ability in his hand or something.
Then he pulls the Thanos like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Not quite there.
I'm kidding.
And so when I want Vlad to have like a mysterious, like basically like a Darth Maul behind him.
Okay, all right.
So where anytime he's on screen, there's just like this presence behind him. Ooh. And it's like when it's like the one-on-one, like maybe if he's talking to Skulker in the first one, it's like off in the distance you see him, like just kind of standing there. And I want the build up to like happen. So so it like moves on, and then when he like takes over, you just see this dark looming figure behind him while he's like basically controlling all these people. And then Danny and Sam and Tucker freaking take off and are like try to come up with a game plan. Then the third one is going to be them like executing that plan.
Okay.
And this is where Tucker comes in a little bit more use, or he becomes a tad more useful.
Okay.
Where he's going to like figure out like how to change the thermos to like suck the ghost out of people and like basically do like a one-on-one swap, and then like on a mass scale. And then they're gonna fight Vlad in the ghost zone.
Ooh, that's gonna be cool,
right? And then when he comes, he's going to like I think Danny's going to go to maybe like that's how they kind of take him out a little bit, where they suck Vlad into it, but they know that he's able to get out like on his own free will because he has his own ghost portal.
Yeah.
So I want them to like suck him up and then like suck in the looming figure, but like no reveal for that. And then Danny's going to be like, well, he's just going to get out again, and then he flies into the thermos, so they're in the ghost zone, ready to have this battle. And then Vlad's just like, take him out, and then it reveals that it's Dark Danny.
Ooh.
Who I cast as Liev Schreiber to play like an older Asher Angel.
Okay.
Because I think he's just intimidating as shit.
I can definitely agree, and I do think that is definitely a good casting choice.
Yeah, and then it's just like mind games and shit from there. And then just like explaining what happened in his future, and like what went wrong and basically all this like crazy shit. And then I don't know if I want him to like turn or like if I don't know if I want Dark Danny to turn. Actually, I'm just going to call him Dan.
There we go. That works.
It's like, look, it's you, Danny. It's Dan.
Get it right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll come up with like a cooler name than that. But
I think that works, actually. I mean, come on.
Dan?
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I want something to either turn him, so Dark Danny, so he becomes good again, or Danny defeats him.
What do you want more so?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of like a toss-up because you see so much of like a evil person becoming good, but then you also see a lot of the good guy defeating the bad guy, and then that's it. Like they never changed them or anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up.
It is, and that's what blows about it. Like I've thought about this a lot. like this was what was bugging me at work today. So like I was thinking like, okay, you can always see the good guy or the bad guy turning good. Mm-hmm. Like that's just because of like this rousing speech or whatever. Yeah. Or you see the bad guy get defeated and then the main bad gets defeated too. Mm-hmm. What I'm thinking is Tucker and Sam are focusing more on like the thermos stuff, and they have Jack and Maddie, so the mom and dad, and they're able to like swap or do that swap on Maddie and like do that exchange and whatever. And like the same with his parents, they're able to get them back to normal. And maybe they're the ones that kind of make Dark Danny change his mind.
I could actually see that. I mean, I feel that would make a lot more sense coming from your parents than your younger self.
Yeah.
I could see that.
And then Danny's like mostly focused on, then he has more of the focus on Vlad.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Yeah. Or his sister.
I don't know, sister actually might be better.
You think?
I mean, growing up with a sister, like me and my sister have had some like extremely serious talks, and like she's like the kind of person that can literally talk me out of anything. So, come from my perspective, I would go with sister, but this is your movie. This is all up to you.
Well, I'm trying to think of like something that people don't get to see very often. And I kind of like the sister thing. Like, maybe it's kind of like a combination. Like, he has a moment with, like, the parents.
Okay.
And maybe he's, like, they're the ones that, like, they have, all, like, because they're ghost hunters.
Yeah.
So maybe they have all of this gear that's making it so the ghosts can't possess them. And then Dark Danny gets sent after the parents and the sister, or so Jazz and the parents. And he's the one that like basically maybe like reveals the secret to the parents. So reveals that he's really like Danny.
Okay.
And then like from the future and all that fun shit. Gosh, I want to watch this show so bad now. I know it's on Hulu.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yes. Okay.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing tonight. Yeah, so maybe he gets sent after the parents. They try, like, he reveals that he's Danny, and they're just like, what? No way that our son would do this, and then he's just like, maybe he shows them, like, his future. That's where we get his backstory.
Okay.
Like, maybe he, like, does, like, this ghost thing, and it shows his future.
I like that.
And being like, this is why he turns, and like, you can't stop this, and maybe like there's a portal and you can see Danny fighting Vlad. And then he does something to their gear that makes it so they can be possessed. And then the one that like ultimately jacks him up is Jazz. So the sister. Or maybe not even like jacks him up, just kind of like
just
turns him a little bit.
I don't know,
should he turn and then go help Danny? Or should he just like, I don't know what he should do.
I would go with turn and then help Danny. But I'm just imagining the scene between Dan, and Jazz, and like I think especially Dove Cameron, I think she can pull off this moment so well because she can be a very good emotional actress. Yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. And Asher Angel as well. I think. I'm sorry, not Asher Angel. Who were you casting again as adult?
Liev Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber. From what I've seen, I think he can do the exact same thing. But I think this moment is definitely going to be Liv Maddie's moment to shine in this movie. Just seeing how, because I mean I don't know like what I mean. There's
Did you say Liv Maddie?
Sorry, I mean Dove Cameron. I'm sorry. I'm in Dove Cameron.
Dude, I was like sitting there. I'm like, wait, what the hell did he just say?
Sorry, Dove Cameron. I mean, I don't know how, like, if this were to ever get made, I don't know, like, like what year you would think, but considering like how old she is right now, and maybe like in a couple years, I don't know.
I think a lot like the cast that I picked, they have a few years left where they could do this.
Okay.
So I mean, obviously, it's not going to get made.
Never say never.
I know. I'm hoping that someone from Nick hears this and like, hey, this isn't bad.
Yeah. But no, just like I said, I think this would be just like the perfect moment for Dove Cameron to be able to shine throughout like all three of these movies. This would be her moment. So I don't know. I'm just like imagining that scene in my head, and I think it just looks so fantastic and so great.
Yeah. And yeah, so I think that they could definitely work off each other. And I want him... Yeah, I want Liev to kind of... Okay, so yeah, you've talked me into it. He turns good. Maybe, like, gives the device that Tucker created, the power boost that it needed. Everyone gets free.
Okay.
And then maybe he flies through, like, Vlad's mansion and destroys the portal and like flies in, and then him and Danny kind of like have their moment to like, destroy Vlad.
See, I like that.
And then I don't know if I want like a sacrificial thing, because I think that's a little overdone.
It is. I don't know, maybe like just I would have them like say like a very fun goodbye.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think like with the future and past Danny thing, like because the second that Danny decides, hey, he's not going to be the bad guy, I don't want to have that time travel shit where it's like he disappears at the end. Yeah. I want him to stay.
Okay.
I want maybe like he becomes the rule, like he rules over the ghost zone after that.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So that way he's still around and it's not some bullshit like, it's your time.
Not pulling a Lego Movie 2 thing.
Yeah.
Not saying that's a bad movie, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So, yeah, him and Danny team up together to fight Vlad. Ends up, like, beating him. And is able to, like, lock him away in the deepest depths of the ghost zone. Because they can't... I'm going to say that they aren't able to kill him.
No, I don't... There's no way.
Yeah. So... Yeah, and then the final scene is with the box ghost doing some like crazy stuff with the boxes and then getting like sucked up.
That's gonna be pretty good. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so that's my idea for a trilogy. So it's kind of like a continuation. So I don't know how well this would, like, time-wise. I want the first to kind of be its own thing. Then in between 1 and 2, there's going to be, like, a gap of time. And then 2 and then 3 are going to be kind of like, could be mixed into one.
Yeah.
So, like, it's like a two-parter.
Okay.
More or less. But, yeah, so first one is going to be Joe Manganiello as Skulker. And it's just like learning his abilities and taking on Skulker and all this. Then 2 is going to be Ember McLean hypnotizing all these people and basically like opening their bodies to be possessed. And then expose Vlad, he destroys Ember. And then it's like still Hidden Figure with Dark Danny. Then the third, it's going to be Dark Danny reveal, destruction of Vlad, and beating Josh Gad's box ghost.
Love it.
Yeah, so that's my Danny Phantom trilogy.
I think it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Submit this to Butch Hartman.
There you go.
Dude, I'm gonna like tag him in this and be like, "Hey, we came up with an idea for a Danny Phantom trilogy movie. If you want it, it's yours."
All yours.
And just like legally, I just want to be there.
Yeah, right.
I just want to see it made.
That's all I ask, and maybe a creative credit on the.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Come on, you deserve it.
Yeah. Or, like, writing credit.
There we go.
Dude, could you imagine? I would shit myself. Oh. But, yeah, like I said, this is my Danny Phantom Dreamcast.
Frickin' mint. That's what I'd say. And I mean that in the best way possible, because I actually think this would be a very great trilogy.
Yeah. So I'll post the pictures that I made up. I mean, I put the actor and the character kind of next to each other, so you know who I would want playing who.
Because I'll fully admit there were some characters that I forgot until he showed me. I'm like, oh yeah, that person was in it.
Yeah. So I'll post that on social media. I'll post that the Monday this gets released around probably around the same time you release the pop figure picture.
Perfect.
I'll also release the concept art that I made for the Danny Phantom outfit. It's just a Danny Phantom outfit. I was going to do Dark Danny and like everyone, but that's a lot of work. So yeah. Well, with that, a big thank you to everyone that answered our question of the week this week. We hope that you guys continue to answer our questions of the week. And Plunge Podcast, we are looking at you when we get into a Dreamcast of Rocket Power.
So, expect a direct message.
Hell yeah. That won't be for a while, so.
Yeah. But still,
I mean, maybe. We'll see.
Be on the lookout. That's all we're saying.
Yeah. But if you liked this episode and liked what you heard, you can follow and subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on Apple Podcasts, because I know it's not iTunes anymore.
That's true. Yeah,
so it's Apple Podcasts. I know we're on Google Podcasts or Google Play. It's Google Podcasts. Yeah, so Apple and Google Podcasts. We are on Stitcher. We are on iHeartRadio, RadioPublic, Radio.com, Spotify, and everywhere else. If we're not there,
it's because they suck. Like SoundCloud.
Every episode we shit on SoundCloud.
We do. And I think we'll continue to.
You can also catch all of our episodes on YouTube. We post anytime we go hunting, and we have new videos and ideas and everything in the work.
Yep.
We actually recorded a new hunting video, and when's that going up?
That will be going up in the next, I'd say about a week, 2 weeks. So very, very soon.
Sweet. So yeah, go subscribe to us on there and check us out. You can also follow us on social media. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/theallbros, Twitter and Instagram at theallbros. DM us if you have episode ideas. Want to answer our question of the week, or if you would want to join us. We would love to have anyone on.
We would. All is welcome.
Yeah.
All are welcome. That's what I meant. I know English.
Not very well.
Yeah, apparently not.
So yeah, if we'd love to have anyone on. You can also email us. We're at theallbroschannel@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
I would love to get some input on all of this stuff. I would love that. You have no idea, guys.
He doesn't care if it's positive or negative.
I don't. Just the fact that you listened, I'd be like, this means so much. You can also go on our website, which is tinyurl.com/theallbros. I haven't posted anything to that, or I haven't updated that recently. I need to go do that. But from there, I think you can find a link to our merch store, which is on TeePublic. It's tpublic.com/user/theallbros channel. I'm going to post the episode art for this one. And if there are any other episode arts that you really like, you can find them there on TeePublic and get them on a shirt. You can get them on a pillow. You can get them on a mug. Basically anything. If you have something that you want custom made, DM us. I'll hook you up.
We said
that. So yeah, we would love to hear from you guys. Next week, what were we going to do?
I actually can't remember.
So today is the 30th,
Yep.
So we did Danny Phantom. Next week we're going to try and get a guest. On. If not, I don't know what else we're going to do. We will get back to you.
Yep.
Because we only got a couple more. So next week we're going to do one. Not sure what it's going to be yet. Then the week after that we're going to do Birds of Prey. And then after that, for the next few weeks, we're going to do some backlog episodes. Just because my baby's coming on the 17th. And so we're just going to release some backlogs for that stuff.
We're going to be apart for 3 weeks. Y'all can
Well,
cry
no,
now.
we won't.
I know, I'm kidding.
We'll still do, the news stuff, but
Yeah.
it's just the main event will have,
Yeah.
backlogged stuff. But we got some good stuff for you.
We do.
We did a couple showdowns. We did a breakdown with
Vic
from Crash and Taz's movie seller, or Crash from Crash and Taz's movie seller. So you guys can look forward to that. And then we got a special guest in March when we come back. We'll still be releasing. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean, but I hope you guys get it. So we will catch you guys next week. This has been the All Bros Podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Deuces.
So long.
Herbert's back.
Right? He never left.
Yeah, he did.
He was
for
here.
a few weeks.
That's what you want. That's what he wants you to think. He was just here in spirit, hiding, just making sure Chris was taken care of.
Oh my hell.